So welcome back for the second session. There will be some practices involved. I just want to know how's the first session feeling?
Very good. You have to be willing to like delve into the all aspects, right?
Mm.
If you're gonna block certain things, you're not gonna be able to really heal and move forward, right? You have to come at it like um the old way my mom used to say is like ripping off the band-aids, right? Like, you just have to be willing to rip them off. Um and you have to come like willing to or ready, not willing, ready, so scratch delete, willing, ready to change, right? Ready to be open, to accept who you are, to
Mm.
see what you want to become so that you could take those first steps. And you have to be real with yourself. You have to like kind of understand like where you've been, where you're at. But yeah, so all in all that, it's I thank you very much for having such a safe container. Um, Kyle, I am so honored that you are here because for me, that's a healing component because you are a man. I've been through some things that were not the best aspects of men. And I honor you and I respect you and I appreciate you so much because if you weren't so neutral, I don't think it would be so easy. And I think that's one of Kyle's most beautiful um gifts is that he allows you to be open. He allows you to, especially for someone who's been really hurt or someone who's been really abused, um, because of the other aspect of this weird extraterrestrial part, right? Because some women are still continually being sexually violated while they sleep or while they're being, used. So as and there's nobody around, right? So that's what I appreciate so much about Kyle is that you could see his big, huge, huge heart. And he
Mm.
brings that safe, right? But I'd also just like to see him be a little bit more of a tiger. I know in our culture we have uh you bring out your inner tigress or your inner tiger, right? Um, because I know he has it. He's just waiting to unleash it on at when he's ready. Sorry, I just thought I'd share.
Mm. So Kyle, do you have anything to bounce back or reflect back?
Thank you, Elisa. Mm, I honor you too. So deep in your heart. Our paths are so similar. And knowing like why we are here, is like I had an experience with like extraterrestrial when I was younger. Um, and I remember like I have this mark on my hand. And I remember it was like this like violation of being scratched, like unwillingly. Like I remember it to a T that like it left the mark here. Um, so yeah, I can totally relate. Um, which is probably why I've had probably fear of like physical intimacy and like because I've never really experienced it in the physical yet. Um, so yeah, it's just like for me, like I'm a huggy person, but I have to feel safe. and that person has to make me feel safe in order to like hug them. Like I'm known for my hugs. But yeah, it really just landed for me today of why there's been like underlying fears of being like physically intimate. Yeah. Yeah. Just letting like the vulnerability, just to breathe into like the vulnerability. And yeah, it's like there's moments where I do feel like that inner lion, that inner strength. But it's like people have known me of being so nurturing and soft and caring that when I do show that more of like the animal inside me, it scares people and people see it as aggressive. But it's like nowhere near aggressive. It's just my inner warrior, um, like the king energy of just the depths of the passion that's there. So I just express it through my artwork and my creativity because that's the only safe way that I know how, so that people don't get scared of it. Um, which I feel like just a doorway just opened. I can see it, as in like being more fearless, showing like the world more of my like deep, sensual, expressive self. But it's just like so much is coming, just trying to um it's like the world has been waiting for me. But I think the biggest thing was just needing to feel safe amongst others who understand me, which is everyone within Sacred Heart Valley and the pioneers. Um, yeah, it's definitely creating a new reference of the like embodiment of the awakened masculine, but like showing the world what an awakened masculine truly is. Um, yeah. Thank you, Elisa, for like another initiation, like another gateway stepping into. Uh, yeah. And thank you, Lillian. The first part was beautiful and a lot of reflection. Yeah, it's kind of helps me to look at my younger self and my like adolescent self and meeting them both there. But now it's just bringing into harmony my new self and moving forward. Um, but still being compassionate and gentle with myself through that whole transition process of like the great rebecoming of like myself, like fully in the awakened masculine, as in like fully integrating it, embodying it all throughout, not just within, but in just how I show up for the world. Yeah. Honor
So
you both so much.
my question, Kyle, as you've mentioned it a couple times, is what is your awakened masculine? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who is Kyle, the awakened masculine? And I love you very much.
Thank you. Um,
You don't have to tell us. You could still develop them inside of your safe container. But I can't wait to see Kyle, the awakened masculine. He's gonna be he's not scratchily going to be. He is amazing. Totally amazing. You may have to just open up that Jupiter cloak just a little bit, just so that we could all see, because there are very many different aspects, and I guess that's where I have that knowing and that strength from my personal perspective is we have all of those little facets, right, of who we are. You just have to decide how much of that you're willing to show out to the outer world, right? So like I'm more like Wonder Woman. I'm always not wearing my Jupiter cloak, running around in my Wonder Woman outfit constantly, right? And that actually caused me to have to wear this super tight like cloak, right? Like this shielding. And that's what I'm learning to release. I think you have had that shielding because the things that I caught that I heard quite a bit, and I wrote down Kyle is safe all on his own to unleash his inner tiger. And then and you said the deepening of your passion. So think of what came to mind right now is passion as flowers, like you're a blossoming tree, right? So you're it's just how much of that are you ready to show while you feel safe in yourself? Like I've been there, gone through it, and I'm coming back. And because I'm such a warrioress, and I'm honest, I'm just a real warrioress. I know, and I just can't wait to see Kyle, the awakened masculine. So you could still develop him, he could still think about it, he could still be in your inner self when you are ready to unleash who you are as Kyle, the awakened masculine who's always been there. We're all going to be here cheering you on. And I think that's going to be the key to unlocking relationships for you. I don't know why I'm saying this. It's just coming from my heart. Because I see that potential. So I'm going to be quiet now.
I wanted to share something that a lot of people don't see him, because I've been with his journey together from Sacred Heart Valley at day 0 to now. It's nearly a year. So I was, when we had a break, I opened my journal up. Normally I will share a little pieces of my journaling, because my journaling is where my heart is. I don't journal every day, but I know that I had it. It's just right on the spot as what, I don't know why I opened this page, but I know that this get to here, and this is why he is. There are not many things in life that are as empowering as a lover who fully embraces his sexual expression. it takes a lover who is sexually free himself, who has dealt with the social conditioning and shame around their own sexuality. It is incredibly liberating and empowering to be a lover who accepted you sexually fully, who encourage you to be always more than who you are and never less. Such a lover becomes your light workers, your most intimate healer. He helps to heal any remaining shame around sexual expression. These kind of lovers are the lovers of God within us. And these lovers will save the world. That is my few lines. So, yeah. How are you, Gaia?
It's such a beautiful sharing. I just wish the world would just understand that, you know? It's like, how do you express that to this world that we're, you know, like a part of, not of, but it's just leading with that fearless heart, like blazing the trail with love. Yeah, being that like warrior of love, the guardian of love, like protecting the essence of the purity. That's me, like that's what I do. The purity keeper. In all things and within nature. It's like nature and I get it. We understand it. And a select few understand it. Everyone in Sacred Heart Valley understands it, and the pioneers. And now it's just bringing that to the world. It's
Are
like
you
this.
holding back anything, Gaia?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. And that's like been the block within me. I've been trying to uncover that block for my whole journey. And I thought I was, my father wounds and healing that and the trauma and grief, and then my inner child, and then like my artwork and nature. But there's still something that's like that piece to just like unlock it all. It makes me so frustrated. It's like I can feel it, but just can't see it. I'm feeling, honestly, like what I'm feeling now is like I'm seeing like me as like a fire dancer. It's like very like raw, like it's almost like that energy of like erotic nature, like sensual, like dance, honoring with like nature, but like at the core of like rituals, ceremony. It's like igniting the fire within. I'm seeing like dragons and ancient civilization, bringing that back to the world, to the here and now. It's like the erotic masculine energy, honoring like the erotic feminine energy. I feel like I just like found the key. But then it's like a little bit of shame that's coming in of like how the world will perceive me. But it's just letting that go. But knowing that this is just an extension and expression of deep love, of like how nature is. Like nature is this erotic flow of like sensual energy that it doesn't have any barriers. And like we are to be like nature and like one with the animals and the elements for like creativity, manifestation through that fire and that erotic sensuality of the pureness of it, which is what we're clearing here within like the sacred space, in Sacred Heart Valley, within the pioneers. We're clearing that. So all that's there is this just erotic purity of like pure love in that deep richness of like sensuality of the self, of the balance, of like the harmonizing. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting goosebumps.
Beautiful sharing, Kyle. I know your journey very clear, and I know that you are landed there, and finally you get to talk. So it's erotic. It's a desire. They want it to be erotic. What is erotic? It's the power. No shame of the power. No shame to be powerful. That is also my path. So yeah.
So I wanted to share when he was talking, I
Mm.
don't want to, how do you say, like, I got a feeling like in some past life, he was this erotic, masculine, like he was like the man and he was objectified to the point that he felt like he was a piece of flesh, right? So I think that's kind of like the missing piece is kind of like, I know in some past life, he was objectified as a masculine. So in this life, he's coming this way. And the only reason, and that's why I say I don't want to tint your journey with what I've grown up with and what I know is my personal journey this lifetime. But that's the feeling that I got. Like he was like the man, like everybody was swooning in, falling at his feet. And something either went wrong or he didn't like it. But there's, as long as he didn't abuse, and that's what we talk about, right? Victim, victimizer. We have to accept both, right?
Yeah.
And I know I've accepted my victimizer of who I've always been, right? So I think that's just what I felt is and I apologize if I'm wrong.
No.
But what I this is um this is my mom's dog.
And I think that you got that. If I wanted to remind Carl that who you were when you were starting to dance. A tantra god and temporizes, remember? So just reverse that. We're clearing the temple. So that is what, when we were talking, sharing things with Carl, is sort of like, yes, that is something to clear there. But yeah, that is the next journey. But you have mentioned it, so thank you. So I was already receiving a lot into a report back to January, but I haven't been able to share that with Kyle because of a few things just rising up. So yeah, so you were right. Yeah. But there's a lot of things to reverse over in the temple. But again, this is over to you, whether Kyle, whether that is resonate or not. You can share as well. Yeah.
Definitely. I think it makes a lot of sense with my life of like what I was getting was like being too much in the spotlight where in the past where I just became like this hermit, like this homebody. Like I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I just go to work. But it's like it was like in my past, it was like this like shame to be like seen. Even people looking at me. Yeah, it goes back to, yeah, in grade 5, we would do speeches and I would just stand there and even speaking, and I would just like cry. Like I would just cry because everyone was looking at me. There was just so much like feeling. Um, um, yeah, even for me, it's like I still have a hard time taking compliments. Like, um, it's just like with acceptance, I guess. I think, um, yeah, in the past, there was like a lot of body shaming of myself, of like body image, um, which I knew I like had to clear, which I finally feel like I have this year. I'm just trying to link everything together from the past. Um, I think it all goes down to like that underlying like worthiness of love, like unworthiness of love. I feel like in the temple, there is so much energy that I was like emitting and helping people, that I was being of like heart service, but felt like hollow, empty within myself. Like there was so much love to give and energy to give. And I feel like I was helping nature to thrive through that like the fire energy, that almost I can like see it like I'm with like a volcano. So it's like so much energy within, and it was just like thriving. The whole world was thriving. Everyone was happy and flourishing, and it brought me happiness to see that. But it was like hollow on the inside of someone like loving me in return, you know? Um, yeah. Which is why I'm which is why I'm so what which is why I give so much. Because it's like that's only what I've known from then. So it's like the last 2 years, it's like energy of receiving, like receiving all of you within the GOTC and all of that, which it's new to me to receive. But it's like, and again, it's like in my physical world here, my reality, it's like the same patterning of like not having like, it's that same energy of um what's the word, kind of like neglected. um yeah, it's like that hollow volcano. um I get moments where it's like so much inspiration and creativity, but then it like dwindles down. It's almost like creating a new reference of all the energy that I gave out to like nature and helping others and all of that, to now create like a new reference of, instead of emitting that energy out like from the outside of me, it's like reflecting it inwards. Oh, I can feel that energy, like inverting the energy.
The energy
To
of
like,
inner light.
yeah, which is what the inner light garden, which makes so much sense.
Thank you for sharing. It's a long sharing, but it's nice. We haven't really been, we used to talk a lot, like, open the field like this every single week or maybe every single day sometimes. But you have been really quiet in Sacred Heart Valley, but it is good to be able to share and open the field and open our heart and share. And thank you, Elisa, for allowing, especially it is a long hours already, but allowing to be continue to share, to be still holding the space here as well. And I am still here, and it's just sort of like listening in, deep listening, and deep the depth of my heart be with you all. I feel so grateful.
I wanted to say something to Kyle. There's not that many men that can wear a mustache. You can. It is an actual, I've seen you without and with. Let me tell you, the men in my family, they're hairless. We'll just call it hairless. And they used to like fight over, oh look, I have 3 hairs on my chest, kind of, and that's just the way my brother and my dad, my uncles will always, have been, because we're very recessive hairless. But so their attempt to like grow mustaches and things like that. Now I'm going to share a funny story because it's my dad's story, and it's one of those things that makes us laugh constantly about my dad. But we love my dad, even though he was a total machista, which means like a machismo, right? But he couldn't grow a mustache. So he would try to grow a mustache constantly. And I don't know what happened. One time he was in the middle of the process of growing a mustache and it wasn't fully in, right? So it wasn't shaming, but it really happened. He decided, since it was not full like yours is, you have a very good, very beautiful mustache, it's not overgrown. Like my nephew has overgrown facial hair, so he has to keep it trim, right? That's because he's a part African American, so he got some good genes for growing hair. My dad literally took my mom's eye pencil and filled in the mustache, literally filled in the mustache. So, like we do with our eyebrows. And my mom, we waited in the car for an hour as kids. We waited for an hour. We're going, where's dad? He told us we were ready to go. Next thing you know, it's an hour later and we're still in the car waiting for him. My mom goes, what the hell? And my dad comes out and he was like trying to grow out a mustache. And next thing we know is like, looked at it. It was like dark black mustache. And we just looked at him like, oh, okay. And we died of laughter. My mom's like, in Spanish, ¿qué estás haciendo? Te ves ridículo, which means, what are you doing? You look ridiculous. Go wash that off. And so we were waiting in the car for an hour, and then he had to come back in the house to finish his machismo, his macho persona. He had to have that perfect mustache, which he was never able to grow. And so he chose not to grow it ever again. But you do have the face and you carry your mustache well. So I wanted to share that with you, that you are the kind of man that can actually wear a mustache. Not like my dad, who has to go in there and pencil it in. So that's the loving memory we have of my dad and his mustache. So I thought I'd just share that. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Your mom said that. What happened to my pencil?
No,
I
she
need
was
to
more
buy a
like,
new one.
no, she was more like, that's how they like. So my mom is the weird. She's like, doesn't like anybody drinking out of her cup or doing anything like that. My dad is the only one. Like their sharing of their personal belongings is, there's no question. There's no nothing. And that's where I think Lillian goes back to, like, you just love them 100%, right? It's not a like, ew, like, I have to get a new pencil now, right? It was more like, you used up all my pencil kind of
Exactly
thing,
what I
right?
read.
Yeah, you used up my
Expensive one.
pencil. Exactly. Now I have to get a new one because it's all gone, right? Versus that
1
exactly.
hour, that hair
Yeah,
we just go shop.
definitely. Or when there was not enough left, right? So Lillian's completely correct on that one. It wasn't more like, ooh, your cooties. It was more like, I know I have to get a new one because you used it all up. That's more it. That's
Oh, so beautiful. I love the stories. So yeah. Um, okay, the little one started to wake up, but I wanted to, I think Carl know how to do this as well. Hang on. Okay, maybe Carl, you can lead. How do we feel into the body energy of the masculine and the feminine and move through that? Do you know the practices that we did? Can you remember? Last year that we did together? Yeah. Okay. I was just writing down stuff just now. I said, okay, I'm going to teach this. So maybe I can remind you of how to do that because you were just so fluent when we were practicing. So feel feminine energy, feminine and masculine energy in your body. That's called a breathing exercise. So we use breathing so that also with that energy flowing. Imagine that is your inner masculine and inner feminine in your body. You may see the colors. What's the color of the feminine? What's the color of masculine? With the blue, red, gold, pink, whatever that resonate with you. So the feminine is on the left side, the energy in your body. The masculine is on the right side of your body. And then just feel that feminine energy first. And then the second round, we do the masculine energy. Because I want you to feel how's that texture feel. How's that feeling in your body? And at the end, would allow that two energy merge to one. And allow that to weave into your body. Maybe I can go now. She's already sleeping. So yeah. Okay. Get yourself a little bit of shaking. I'm just going to be opened on the music. And then we can do slightly movement. The screen. Music. Let me know. I mean, I will be hearing my own music. If they're too loud for you, let me know how I speak and music. Is that okay? Is it clear? Okay. So you can lie down with this or you can sit. And I encourage you to move a little bit of your body as well to start with, so that warm up, so that it's awaken the body inside you, outside you, a little bit of like shoulder. And just imagine your jaw also, loosen your jaw as well to start with. This is, I call it as breathing practices because we wanted to really focus on our breathing in the energy center. We wanted to consciously breathing in and out, inhale and exhale in your own rhythm. But when you do that inhale, we need to drop really down to your womb space If you can pass that womb space to your core, that's the best. If you can't, it is okay. We're just practicing, because a lot of people, when they start breathing, they only breathe halfway of the body. So now it is time for you to try to consciously breathing today. We start practicing 3 times of inhale and exhale. Inhale. And when you exhale, try to have that sound. Inhale again. And do this couple of times in your own rhythm. And why we have this because when we do the sound, it is more closer to our heart. You'll feel closer the energy towards your heart. If we do exhale using your nose, it's more directive. You know the where it is going to. So we do not want to control the direction of the breathing. We just allow that to and I want you to focus on listen to the music. Your body can move itself because the music is a frequency. If you don't feel like moving, you just move left to right. In this way, you also awaken your root, your kundalini. And now, we're going to feel into this feminine energy in our body. Focus on your left side of the energy. And what is this color? If you can see, visualize the colors. They started to move according to this music. Whatever is that color resonate to you, and the movement is your movement, and it's that energy movement. Do not control whether your body goes left or right, front or back. Maybe you can see the energy move inside you. Why don't we follow her? And don't get too serious. If you want to smile on your face, you can. Because this is a joyful energy. It's a playful energy. Whether you wanted to be the wild goddess, whether you wanted to be an Aphrodite, the sensual one, pleasure one, or the erotic one. If your hand wanted to move, allow that, because it's part of the hand. The energies of the hand is extension of the heart, especially your palm. You can go deeper. Your mouth wanted to open. Why not? The primal inside you. Yeah. Calling this energy, move deeper, deeper, deeper. Whether it's deeper in your heart, feel the depth of your heart, that flow of The feminine, she is so intuitive. She knows where she wants to flow. And breathing that and allow that to surrender and follow. And now we are visiting by calling in our masculine energy on our right side. He is already on standby. He has visualized, seeing this erotic energy dance in front of him. And he is waiting to be invited to join her. And now, this feminine energy holding the hand up to invite is masculine, your inner masculine energy. See, sense, and feel what colors, any pattern, any symbols, whatever that you visual, that is your inner masculine. And now, feminine will pause and rest. And this masculine is time to show the woman, to show this feminine energy that he as well is the erotic one. He as well wanted to become sensual part of him. And now he is starting to move. And this energy is so beautiful. It is the light. It's the direction of the light. But where is this light wanted to direct? See that and witness that and embody that, your inner masculine. He creates that holding space, the safe space, so that feminine can be safe around him. And he has his fire that is lit up by the feminine. And he going to show feminine how his divine masculine is going to be, how his awakened masculine is going to be at this moment. Only for this feminine witness. It is the freedom. And now the masculine has a desire to invite the feminine coming in and to dance with him. And now you can see these two energy that is dance within your body, your inner feminine and the masculine, and move together. You will see how this work to be done in your own inner light, in your energy center. It's beautiful. You feel it so safe. I will give you a couple of minutes for you to feel into your body. You can also touch your body too. On your right hand, on your left hand. Feel how your masculine side feel. How he wanted to be touched. And how this feminine wanted to be felt, wanted to be touched. And remember, this is your body. Touching your body is the connectivity to your energy, to your heart, to every single part of it. And now, using your two palms, you can close your eyes and you can just listen to me. Put your two palms on your chest. Listen to your heart, the feminine heart, the masculine heart. They love each other. They are. Breathe into that heart. Receive, embody, remember this feeling and enjoy. And these give you last couple of minutes to see this energy flowing in your body. Where is this energy wanted to go? Just follow the energy. Now to come back is consciously breathing again from your nose, inhale and exhale. Do it again. Now the breathing rhythm become like normal. And I'll give you a couple of time, couple of moments, couple of minutes to settle and allow this energy to land. Now we are back. Yeah. How's everybody feeling? Do you need a couple of minutes? It's okay. Take your time. We're not rushing. Not going anywhere. How's everybody going? Do you enjoy the practices? How do you feel, Elisa?
Really good. I even brought out my harmonizers, which is one feminine, one masculine. And I was like, I hope I remember which one's which, but it didn't really matter. So I just wanted to share. I didn't really understand my colors until we came to this. So my colors are red and gold. So my feminine is red and my masculine is gold. And what I kept seeing is like intertwining, right? Where they're both very defined, very retaining their color and intertwined, right? Like the kundalini should be intertwined, right? So
Yeah.
it's harmonized, but it's very defined. So to me it's like, don't continue to blur, right? Don't continue to try to camouflage or fill in or just be neutral. It's important to be you, your true you, right? The Japanese ladies that in my Buddhist organization used to say, we could tell you're a very passionate person because it didn't matter the weather. I would never have a sweater on because I was always hot. They're like, we could see the passion in you. And I was like, I kind of like, what are they talking about? Right. I'm like, oh, I'm not hot. I'm not cold, you know? So I would be running around like in like this in sleeveless shirts, right? And they're like, oh, she's passionate. And so it was a Japanese kind of thing, but I really didn't understand it. But I kind of went through a remembrance of my personal path and knowing why I'm like this now. So this is something that I'm going to have to work out from the other end, right? So so for me personally, I've had to battle against other people's insecurity. That this is the manifestation of what has come out of other people's insecurity. And which means maybe I unleashed way too much of me, right? So when you are way too bright, you don't allow other people to shine, right? In their own being, in their own presence, in their own being. So I'm going to be working on that, on how to conserve that inner light that is super beaming. Like, I don't know, like to me, it comes back to like Sailor Moon or whatever, right? We're just super bright, right? We're super, super bright. And I have to remember that I have to be able to wear my Jupiter cloak enough, loose enough that you could see the sparkle, but I don't outshine someone else because they have their own beauty in their own way. So that's the
Can I
the
share
thing.
some light of that?
Sure.
Is
Yes, please.
you have your own light and you have your own frequency. Do not dim your light just for other people's. Because when you dim your light, it's a disconnection within yourself. When your light is so bright, other people will get triggered because that's for them to see because of your light. They need to check themselves, like inner work, literally, let their light, that why they're triggered, literally. So yes, they will tell you, you are too bright, you are too much. This is the wounding for the feminine. This is also wounding for the oracle, the high priestess, because they are the most powerful one. And that is also the ancestors' collective wounding too. I don't want to be too much because that person will think of me like this, like that. And then you become not through you later on. Because you're going to become a box. You want to become that box because more people in there are the same. But no, a lot of people need to get off that box. and literally to themselves who they are. And you are the one that feel in that light so bright that they get to see themselves. And you are that. Honor your light and continue to be even brighter. Non-negotiable. Those people will leave you. It's okay. They will come back one day. This is my own experience. I was once wanted to dim the light because I want to be with her. I wanted to be journey with her. But the frequency is so different. So I detach. I go my own way. I shine the white light even brighter. Not for her, for the people that they need me. And they will return. And your light is one of the healing part for her. So yeah. Would you like to share anything?
Oh, this is like the greatest gift. It's like fully being home, like within the temple of Isis. I'm like finally fully feeling energy coursing through my body, like nonstop in like a long time. So what happened was there was like this huge unlocking within my body. So with the feminine energy, it was like pink and magenta and red. And then was just allowing that to flow through me, like through all of me. And was just like becoming one with it. And then was tuning into like the masculine energy. And it was like red and orange and gold. But both energies had this like spark to it. This flame, like embers. And then I was like bringing them together as one, and like they were dancing together as one. And then there was this moment, this pivotal moment, which I will always remember, where I literally could feel like this unlocking within like the feminine energy within me, and then the masculine energy within me, and then it just melted in one. And it was like this energy, this ong was like in me, and this energy of both like feminine and masculine as one, as in like I heard the message as in we do it together as one. So it's like my energy. So my energy, what I thought was tuning into the masculine before up until now was through the archetypes and through the animal archetypes and all of that. But now it's like so different, as in my energy, how I'm supposed to, or my purpose, my path is being that oneness of the neutral energy, like as one. Like it's just everything in my life, the energy, I can see it flowing. together like this in harmony. And it's not like it's so anchored together that that's how I'm to do everything now, is like this flow, like this, like everything, how the feminine moves, the masculine moves with it, and how like the masculine moves, the feminine moves. But it's this dance, like this dance all throughout. So I think letting go what society thinks of, like what a man's energy should be. It's like the awakened masculine is a both. And in that position where like the hand, like the prayer pose here, is like coming in together in harmony, like the pink energy and the blue energy as one. And it's like merging of the hearts, merging of the being. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Literally like I could see so much remembrance. Like it's I'm seeing these like high pillar, like mountain energy. It's like a temple, temple energy, and it's like the feminine and masculine energies within everything. But there's like this center column of like white and gold that is like the consciousness of like spirit and source throughout. So it's like pink energy, white, and then blue. So it's like merging. I'm just like in the temple, like everything feels like it's an extension of the temple, like in my reality, but like being so present. Thank you so much, Lillian. And thank you. Oh my goodness.
Elisa.
Elisa, thank you.
Kyle, it's okay. So what I
Um,
saw from what you just said was the divinity of male and female coming together. And I wanted to share, because I know your hands together like this, exactly how you have them. It's a mudra. So I want you to know it's the 10 aspects of life. So we can go from hell, hunger, animality, all the way to Buddhahood, which is our highest consciousness, right? So when we put them together, and this is from my years of Buddhist practice, this is my 23rd year, but I only had 14 years of solid Buddhist practice, because I've opened up to allow all of who I really am to intermingle. But this is also, it's not so much unity, it's bringing them together. It's like you said, harmonizing balance. You are bringing together both the positive and negative. You are actually, it's one of the most important, you can look up the meaning of the mudra, but it is like one of the most important mudras. It's you are really unifying your true essence and your true being. So that's, so for me, I've known that mudra for a long time. It has a lot to do with you as a human, of enlightenment for your true, what we call is your true Buddha self. So thank you so much, Kyle. I am so honored, really honored to see this different aspect of what I've learned, but, and I know to be true, to just flourish in someone who is completely, totally different. Like you have, I mean, to my honesty and sincerity, I'm realizing you probably don't know very much about Buddhism. Um, but you are a sincere, true Buddha in yourself. You are illuminating and showing your true Buddha nature. So thank you so much.
mm,
Sorry.
Mm, so beautiful. Mm. So prior to opening this container, this practices is not in there. I decided to put it in because I have tried with Kyle when we're doing the practices of masculine feminine. When it comes to my maybe up leveling of these practices is slightly different, but it is the depths of it. And I will share something more later on, but I wanted to bring this to the end. Do you feel complete? Do you have anything else? You feel good? You feel anything more to share? I feel like this is really a special edition. I'm not talking about the time here. I'm talking about how open we are. We truly surrender to the limitless, to be able to just melt. So this is what chocolate love is about. It literally become your own lover, your own chocolate, and melting within yourself. I can only gather people to feel. I cannot describe. So thank you for joining Chocolate Love. Yes. So if you feel called to join, continue to join Chocolate Love from May onwards, you can reach out to me to see how is that going and how you feel into it. Because next month, what do we do next month? Self-practicing, there's a lot of juicy work. It's just going deeper and deeper. Yeah. And I also have a pink rose in the light. Is really deep. So yeah. So chocolate love is the touch of the surface. And pink ladies, I'm a pink lady coming in. Pink rose, that container is really, really, really deep to heal individual. But at the moment, the pink rose is for women only. So yeah, but chocolate love is for anyone. So that's it. Thanks from me. And those who do the replay, remember, I know that it is long. Probably you can't really stand for long. It's okay. You can pause and share in the group. So the Telegram will be open until the 8th of May, I think, and then it will be archived. So because the energy within is so potent, if you feel like wanted to join, you can come into the paid version of it. So thank you so much for joining me. So I'd love two of you to stay because I have more to share with you, because it's come to the end that I decided to share with you. So thank you so much. I'm just going to stop recording now.